0006.
6 in the house.
Yeah, we're at the Fabios.
Again.
For
some reason, they had us come back.
Yeah, well, let's tell everybody how we record two at once. Or not.
I was just going to say because we buy enough wine and beer that they...
You would think that, yeah. You know, how are we ever going to get this sponsored or at least get free food and booze when we keep buying it?
We got to get 55,000 followers.
Yo, you're the guy that's supposed to make that happen.
Well, listen, we got to get time. This is we only have an episode, right, as of this taping.
There
we're
are
only
two
on
that
episode
are out
2
there,
that are live, right?
So we're throwing one out a week, and my whole thing, because I'm super duper organized, is to record as many as possible now, because come June, Gene ain't going to see me much. I'll be down the seashore.
We're going to be doing... No, it doesn't matter. We're going to be doing remote video, live.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry. We're okay with that. Don't worry about it.
We'll zoom that in,
Don't
right?
people... You're scaring the people away because they're saying, I'm falling in love with something that's going to go away for 4 months.
Oh, no, it's not going to go away.
It's not going away.
No.
Oh, you're just trying to get them in the bag.
Exactly.
I got it.
In the can, as we say.
I got it. In the can. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's not... I don't have the radio background like you do, so I don't know what in the can... In the can means something else for me.
Gee, it always goes there with you, one way or another.
Listen,
hey, can we tell everybody they're listening to the Marketing RV with
yes.
Rinaldi and Volpe?
Yeah, and actually, while we were talking about it, let's tell them real quick where they can find us.
Yeah.
Go subscribe. If you've been listening for a couple episodes and you like it, go give us some high reviews. Please, 5 stars only. But we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play.
Mm-hmm.
What else? SoundCloud, Stitcher. And we are going to be on iHeartRadio. Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
soon. iHeart and radio.com.
And radio.com.
We're going for both of them.
And then you can always go to the website and leave comments. Leave us your thoughts at it's marketingrv.com, not the marketing
right,
RV.
marketingrv.com.
Very good. Okay. All right, we got that out of the way.
And there's always GeneVolpe.com or
Which is linked to the site.
LorraineRinaldi.com as well, yeah.
So, well, let's talk about our sponsor and where we are tonight real quick.
So, the Fabios.
Yep.
Market and Tap, which is great. They, this place is family-owned business.
Yep.
And, they were down the street up to a few years ago in a smaller joint, did a lot of catering. So Frank Agavino, who owns it, he also has a catering hall in Springfield.
Shout out to Frank.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job. And they just expanded this bar area where we're sitting over the past year.
Yep. It
used to be a very small bar. Like this whole place where we're sitting wasn't here. This was, I think, an outdoor area. So they broke through. They put the walls and the glass. It's fabulous now. And then they have the regular restaurant.
Fabulous.
It's who?
Fabulous. Fabios. Oh, that was too slow.
They also have on the other side of the building a little banquet hall.
Right.
And they can seat like 100 people in there.
Well, wait, that's called, they were just telling us at the bar, that's called what was this before this?
This
the
is
Rose
the
Tree?
Rose Tree.
So that's called like the Rose Tree room, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they kept that.
And that's the room where La Familia, my stage show, was going to run as a dinner theater show. But things kind of fell apart last fall, and it was very unfortunate. We had a tragedy with one of the actresses.
Right.
So we canceled it. We're still looking to run it. I am darn it going to get a theater company to run the show with me. If you are interested, I was going to say if you're smart, you'll get in touch with me and let's make this happen because it's going to be a marketing bonanza and it's a funny, funny show. Gene, if I had only met you a few months earlier, you would have come last February when this ran.
Yep.
You would have laughed your butt off. You would have loved it. It was great.
I say, damn all that crap. Why am I not in it?
You can be.
I
you
will
act?
be. Do I act?
Yeah.
Wait, do you see? Wait, do you see? Stick me in that ensemble. I'm going to show you what acting looks like.
You'd have to try out. You'd have to deal with the theater company.
I will deal. That's
I'm
fine.
just the marketing arm, the playwright.
Listen, here's what they'll be saying, like we say at my house. Wherever that is in the house, in that room, that's where the magic happens.
That's right.
Right? I'm telling you. So DeFabio's in media.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you this real quick while we're talking about it, because these guys are going to end up stripping this down and using it as a plug probably for their business if they're smart.
So, yeah.
If they're smart, they will. So my sisters used to go to the old place like you were just talking about down the street, and they used to get stuff catered. It was small. And you know this. I was in here by accident. I had been here when they first opened, but without this extra room, like 2.5 years ago or whatever it was. And I liked it. I think I was in the middle of a busy work day. I wasn't paying much attention to my surroundings, the aesthetics. Like I didn't care that much. And the food was great, whatever, I left. And I came and had a business meeting here earlier this week, and I think I called you and said, I'm not spending nearly enough time in this place.
You texted me a photo, and you said, where am I?
Yep.
And I couldn't figure it out. And last time you did that, you sent me a photo of my book, and it was on a store shelf, and I knew right away you were at Pagano's in Drexel Hill.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're plugging everybody, right? Somebody's going to sponsor us.
Yep.
So he sends me this picture, and I'm like, I have no idea. Give me a clue. You said media. So I'm looking at the decor. There's no people in the picture, and there's some pamphlets or something, but I can't read anything. And so I just guessed Brick and Brew because I know the owners of Brick and Brew, and I thought maybe that's where you are.
And plus, you know that sometimes I'm there as well.
Exactly.
No, you know the word brew is in it. There's a good chance you might catch me there.
Probably you're going to find Gene there.
That's right.
And then you said, "Man, you suck at this."
Yeah, I thought for sure you were going to be like, "You're over at my buddy Frank's place."
If you had taken a picture of my book on the shelf, which he carries here, Gravy Wars, then I would have known.
So go buy Gravy Wars.
Oh, there you go.
By Lorraine Rinaldi and learn how to make a terrible Italian meatball. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
You did, and that's so wrong.
Tell me about the meatballs. Are they good?
Damn right.
My
recipe, but no, my sister's recipe's in there, my mother's, my aunt's, so you got a lot of different recipes.
I still haven't had one.
And you probably, I don't know. We could do a podcast from my house. I could serve you.
I think that'd be fun. That would be fun, actually. And I can do this on, so we can get this recorded. You can give me one of your meatballs and I can do this.
It's not happening. It's not going to happen. So the last time, we were talking on the last podcast is kind of a continuation about content in your marketing and the reason for blogging and whatnot. We brought Dave into the conversation, who's been here so patiently.
And Dave told me later he was very happy to be on Vagina Chatter.
Stop it. Kachina Chatter, which doesn't exist anymore. It's Marketing RV. Every time he's going to bring it up. And he's always going to get this reaction from me.
Every single time.
Oh, my gosh.
And people will start to expect it. Like when we were in episode 987.
You know what I learned recently? I'm totally changing the conversation.
I love
about
what you
blogging.
did. You did good. And with my ADHD, I'm following you. Go.
This is a little personal.
Okay.
But you'll follow me, and don't ask me too many questions about it. But I learned recently, if you work for a company and you blog for that company, for their website,
right,
they own the content.
Sure.
Which, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But you're the author.
No.
And you're always the author. Now, they could change the authorship when you leave the company. Is it plagiarism? Yeah, but it's not illegal because they own the content. It is unethical, though.
Yeah.
Now, if you are a known entity, if you are a name, like, say, you worked in radio and you've done this sort of stuff, or
you have multiple books and people know who you are, LorraineRinaldi.com.
Then it's actually a trademark infringement.
Is that true?
It's true. I talked to an IP lawyer.
So how?
Isn't that interesting? So I wonder if any of your clients had this situation come up.
Well, no, it's interesting.
They're blogging on their sites. They hire people to do that. Now, if those people that are writing for them, okay, so they're giving them the content, but they're the author, and if they're using that content in other places, which they have the right to do,
right,
then they have to be careful to watch that one site isn't changing things on them or trying to claim ownership of it.
So here's the problem with today's media.
Yeah.
You put this stuff together to be consumed by as many places as possible. Mm-hmm. So what ends up happening in a perfect world is you put your whatever you authored out, it gets changed and edited. It doesn't get edited, but it gets shared on so many different places.
And people forget who the real author is.
Yeah, and you can't even, somewhere down the road, like let's say you work for that company, mm-hmm. and that blog post that you authored goes viral and goes all over the place. Well, they change your name on it. That mm-hmm. doesn't necessarily mean that name's going to get changed down the road. It's and by the way, everything you post on the internet now is owned by the company that you posted it to. So when you post your blog to Tumblr, mm-hmm. guess who owns your content?
Tumblr.
Tumblr does.
But you still have a copyright to it as well.
Yeah, I would have. Well, but here's the flip side of that. Tell me when Lorraine Rinaldi is going to get so angry or it's going to impact her business so much that you're going to get an attorney involved.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
That's the thing. But you would think, like, if you're, so you got real estate clients.
Yep.
Do they really want to tarnish the reputation by trying to infringe on somebody else's trademark?
Not at all.
Exactly. And that's the issue. And I think a lot of businesses aren't aware of that. Enough said. So
she zippered her mouth. Nobody saw it. That was good. She's got another story down there. Somewhere down the road, she'll drink some wine with me, and we'll get that story out of her. No way?
Nope.
All right. I'll leave it be.
But I just find it interesting because we deal with all this. You deal with content. You deal with, you're in the content marketing business, and I am as well.
I'm actually going to tell you a story. Today, I've been in this business now what is it? We're in, 2019?
Yeah.
So I've been in this business 10 years, 11 years. Today was the first time I actually had a client call me and say, what do we do about copywriting that landing page?
Exactly.
And I was like, do you have an attorney?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, let's talk to him.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what and what they want to copyright is fairly simple. It's not like it's very extravagant. There's not a lot of verbiage to it, but they want to make sure that they copyright it for their business because there's a lot of infringement.
Is it the content they want to copyright or the look that they want to trademark?
I don't know yet, only
Yeah.
because they haven't actually seen the finished product.
I got a good IP lawyer. Let me plug him, Adam Garson. He's awesome.
Okay.
Really
Do
great
it.
guy.
Give him some love.
Right here in media.
Yep.
He's been terrific. He did trademark for me years ago, but he told me that my name is a trademark because it's been publicly used all my career.
Makes
I've
sense,
been in
sure.
radio, and
And you're an author.
And exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm out there. I've been writing for years, and I write for multiple platforms. So my stuff is out there. And I said, but Adam, I thought you couldn't trademark a name. He said, no, you can't buy the trademark per se. But
The
you
TM
have,
and the circle.
You have what's called a common law trademark.
All right.
In your name. Gene, you do as well because you're out there in the public.
Plus, I'm friggin' awesome.
That goes without saying.
Okay.
When you look up awesome in the dictionary, there's Gene Volpe, and then there's this little caricature of a bald guy. So
True story.
so now you have this common law trademark. Now, should I decide tomorrow that I'm going to be a recluse and never write or be in the public domain again, after so many years, my trademark's gone. It expired. When I expire,
interesting.
my trademark may expire unless my kids are smart and they take the unsold books in the basement.
Right.
And then they might be worth something.
There are no unsold books in the basement.
There's a few.
No.
We did a great print run. I mean, the first year of Gravy Wars, 10,000 out the door. That is pretty good for a small publisher, first time. Well, I wasn't a first time author, but first time public author because I goes.
Well, listen, I want to do something. You're making me think of something. I'm putting you right on the spot right now.
All right.
Right now. Mm-hmm. So for the followers that get us on Instagram, any of the channels we have, I want to run a contest.
Okay.
Will you do a couple giveaways with some signed books?
You know how many flipping books I've given away? No, I'm going to sell them, but sure, I'll give them away.
Well, I know you want to sell them.
All right.
All right, how about this? How about this?
No, we'll
how
sell
about
them.
how about this? How about if I buy them from you?
No.
How about if no, seriously? I'll buy you for the cost.
No, we're not going to do
and then
that.
we'll give them away.
We'll give them away. We'll give them away. What do you want to do? And how
I don't know
many?
yet. We'll figure that out. We'll have a
because
it's a
contest.
marketing thing. And I want to go back to something else you said, since this is a marketing show. Who is that guy, Adam, your attorney?
Garson.
For the previous segment that we just did where you named him and you just said what a great attorney he was for your IP.
Yeah, he's really good.
So here's what we need to do. So this is a marketing lesson 101. After this show's done and it's edited and it's up, we need to call him and say, hey, by the way, we gave you a plug. Go share it with your people.
Garson.
Garson,
Yeah.
right? And he's a media guy?
He's in media.
Yeah,
yes.
so we need to get him to leverage his audience for us. So I'm teaching everybody that's listening how to execute on the marketing. You put together content. How do you get people to see it? One of the ways is you give people free information, free plugs, like we just did for Adam.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and he might say go screw yourself.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He'll
That's
probably
cool.
do it. Adam's just he's just a decent guy. He's an attorney with Lipton, Weinberg, and Husick.
So after this is
a
done, we're gonna
firm
gonna
meeting.
send him a clip of the audio and say we just gave you some love. If you want to. Because you basically just gave him a testimonial on air, right?
And he's given me a testimonial on LinkedIn.
Beautiful. And so hopefully he'll take it, share our podcast with
Yeah.
a bunch of his people, and maybe we pick up 10 new listeners.
And I need to bring him out to one of these so I can buy him a glass of wine.
Well,
But
next,
I think he's a coffee drinker.
that's fine. Could we do coffee too? Can we get him to come out and do a little talk with us about some IP?
I don't see why we couldn't.
Because guess what? Some of this stuff, this trademark, and because it's a new world now, and even the government is stepping in on some of that stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Like things you can use, things you can share, things you
Right.
can buy, and so the world's changing. It's changing rapidly. He might have some insight on that. Maybe we can bring him in.
Certainly will. Yeah. You know why? Because as a lawyer in that field, this whole internet thing has to have really thrown it for a loop, right?
Absolutely.
All the different rules. And
Everything's on its head because there's no guidelines set. So I can sue you because you're sitting across from me at the Fabio's and you didn't say my name right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is. But where does
Or I could sue you because you keep saying the name of a show that doesn't exist.
what is that one?
I'm not saying it.
You can say it. Come on, say it.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, I'll
I'm
get
gonna
you to
do
say
it.
it sooner or later. All right.
All right. So cool.
Yeah, that's
We'll do
true.
that. Well, yeah, we'll get
But
Adam on the next show.
the meat of that meal comes in as you would have no case. No attorney would pick that up.
No, they're not going to waste their time on
No,
that.
they wouldn't. But Adam would be able to tell us, where you really, what rights you really have when you
Right.
do a blog or a video if somebody steals it. Because
Right.
I've seen that randomly. It doesn't happen very often. Like, I always tell people that we coach, treat it like you did in plagiarism. You can use anybody's content you want. You just got to give them credit.
Exactly.
So I can steal Dave Joslin's stuff. I can steal your stuff. I can steal anything I want as long as I can say, hey, Lorraine wrote this book about making meatballs. I think her meatballs taste like the bottom of my shoe, which I don't. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but you
but
gotta stop
I can say
saying
that. No, but you know I'm kidding. I love your
But
meatballs.
now it's libel, right?
Right? But no, not only that, but now I'm saying that's my opinion based off of your recipe that I'm giving you credit for.
Yeah.
So I can share your recipe.
Right.
And really what I would say is I've tried to make these meatballs. They're unbelievable. Right? But I can say all that stuff as long as I'm giving what I can say is this is my recipe.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
And so Adam probably would give us some. Are we making a pitch to Adam to get him as a guest in one of our previous shows?
I think we are right
we
now.
are.
Yeah.
It seems a little weird. All right,
Yeah.
on to the next thing. Go.
Next thing, go. Next thing, I want to get some more insight from Dave Jocelyn here because. Oh, come on. No, first of all, he's sitting here real nice. He in the last episode, I had him going off. I started asking about your football prowess, which never existed. And,
Stop with that.
and everything like that. But what's so interesting is during the break, he's telling us, so not only does he sell real estate, but he also now sells, what's it called? Isogenics, because he was nudged into getting this. That's your cue.
Isogenics. It's Isogenics product, yeah. So I think in the last episode we were talking a little bit about telling this story, and when
Of
Christine
your weight
was
loss,
on,
yeah.
Christine was on, and she launched right into her story about, what she does in the addiction field. So, and then during the break, we got into this conversation about telling the story and how things go, and I launched into this Isogenics story about how I lost 50 pounds, and the table just stopped. Everybody's like, we want to hear more. So, launching into that's part of the thing. And like we were talking about storytelling, and that's where I wanted to go with it. Like, you tell a story and you make yourself real. And that's where I was. In August of 2018, I just got fed up with who I was and what I was doing. And, I ripped open the box that I bought 8 months before that and just started this weight loss program. And, the first week we were on the weight loss program, 2 days into the weight loss program, who did I have to meet at PJ Wheelahands but this guy sitting right next to me, Gene Volpe, for wings and beer. So I was like, this is great. I'm off to a great start in this weight loss. But in the first month, I was down like 25 pounds, and ever since...
Even after eating the wings and beer?
Even after eating the wings
But
and beer,
what's
yeah.
fascinating is when we were talking about this, your story and how much play it got on social media because people were so interested in that you engaged, through that story with your real estate. But then I didn't know that you became such a believer that you're selling the stuff now.
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
have another business going on.
Yeah, and we say that everybody comes into our lives for a reason.
Yeah.
And the owner of the Fabio's niece, Frank Agavino's niece, Alyssa Agavino, Kilgore, is a consultant for Isogenics, and she just kept gently nudging me along and saying, "Listen, you got a great story to tell at this point. You should start reselling the product because your story is so..."
So is this like a pyramid marketing thing?
Multi-level marketing, it is. Mm-hmm. It is definitely multi-level marketing. But you know what? I'm that type of guy that I have to believe in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
I
use the product, and I
do?
lost 40 pounds on it initially, which I did another great video that Gene I told about just a couple days ago, and it was in a supermarket right before Thanksgiving. I was down about 40 pounds. And I was like, oh, God, here we go. We're going into the holidays.
Yeah.
This is the greatest time of the season to just put weight on.
Oh, yeah.
And I handed the phone to my wife, and I said, Kath, you have to do me a favor. Just record this. So we were standing next to the ham aisle. I was looking for turkeys. It's the night before Thanksgiving. Couldn't find the turkeys. So I said to her, listen, record this. So I picked up 4 10-pound hams, and I just looked into the camera, and I said, listen, the hardest thing it is to do in anything is just to start. This is 40 pounds of
ham.
Whatever ham sitting in my arms, and I'm holding it up in front of the camera, and I said, it's 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds in the last 3 months, I think it was, or 4 months. I lost 40 pounds. The visual on that was just amazing. The engagement of that storytelling was just like, I went back home and I looked at that video and I got chills. And I'm that guy that's like visual. So I looked at it and said, I told the story. wow. And Alyssa says, oh, my God, what were your video views like on that? She called me the next day. She goes, Dave, you're like 365 video views just on that message alone.
Yeah.
It's about telling the story, and it's something that, like, I just got to believe in. And she was like, you should be selling this product. And
so
I was like,
now
I
you
never
are.
thought about it.
See, I get a little nervous being around people that lost weight because I usually have a way of finding it. You knew I was going there. So what did you eat that Thanksgiving?
I eat the same things everybody else does.
Do
It's
you?
just a matter of control and just starting and retraining your brain.
Yeah.
People think that going on a diet is restrictive.
It doesn't have to be. You just have
it's
to
a
retrain.
mindset.
You know what I had to train myself to do, and I'm still working hard at it. I won't say it was a New Year's resolution, but it's something I've been conscious of. Overeating, just eating too much, like just because it's in front of me, like I have this subconscious, I got to finish it. Open a bag of chips, got to keep going till they're done. That's crazy.
And
I
that-
got to learn to stop, put it away, and don't think about it again.
Well, that's the perception. It's just like in anything else. Like everything's too difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
Creating a podcast, it's too difficult to do. No, it's not. You just open up, you get the
Open the
microphone
mic
and you
and do
start
it.
talking, right?
Yeah.
You have a conversation like we're doing. And it's just starting. And that's
Yeah.
like I hashtagged that in my first post. It's like just start.
And commit.
Whatever you're doing, just start.
Yeah.
And just do it day by day. Whether you're trying to get your business message out there, or whether you're trying to just lose weight, or whether you're trying to be a better father or better mother, or
Yeah.
just better at anything, just start. One little day at a time.
And don't give up because you fall off the wagon one time.
No.
Just get right back on.
No, listen, it wasn't. I went through the holidays.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it's like,
you
I
still-
went
you kept the weight off.
I went the roller coaster.
Yeah.
I went the roller coaster,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right. So my goal was to reach 50 pounds by 6 months. And I'm like going through Christmas, going through Thanksgiving, and I'm like, oh man, I'm at 41, I'm at 41. Oh crap, I'm at 45. All right, we're getting closer,
Wow.
And just the other day, I hit the 50-pound mark.
Yeah, when you get to a point where you're so close to a goal, you're not going to let it go.
No,
How
no.
are the sales going?
The sales are going really well because you know what?
People like it?
I'm in real estate as well, but this sale is like I'm telling the story.
You're just telling the
So-
story. Hey, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, how do people get in touch with you?
So they can link up to the website. It's davidjoslinjr.isogenics.com. That's for the Isogenics products. Obviously, we can.
We got to change
PM me
that
on
to
Facebook.
lose weight.
Yeah, it's like
Start
something
now.
a little bit easier. Listen, I never expected this to be a business.
Yeah,
It's
but
part
it
of my
is,
life,
huh?
and it's what it.
So are we going to see you on TV one day? I used to sell real estate, but now all I do is tell people my weight loss
Yeah, that's
story.
what everybody's doing. They're all promoting it, but that's the
great.
most engaging thing right now
Yeah, I
because
gotcha.
it's a story, and everybody wants to do. They want to have an example of how to succeed.
Sure.
I don't look at myself as an example of how to succeed. I just woke up one morning and I did it.
I got to tell you what, and that was exactly what I just thought. Just do it. Nike nailed it in the late 70s when they
Yeah.
came up with that. Just do it.
Yeah, I know. And Gene, Gene will tell you. Like,
Yeah.
it's not something that I'm sitting there eating salads and, picking it like bird food.
Right.
Like, this is something when we go out and we'll have meetings and we'll have
You'll eat,
wings.
yeah.
We'll have beers. And it's
Well,
just
he's
a
incredible.
matter.
The way he eats and drinks, and I guess it's the working out. God
It is.
bless you.
It's all those people
'Cause
over
he's
at Paul
very
Bunyan
thin.
that are killing it for him, and he's, they drag it.
He's
He'll
doing his
beep every time he
MMA.
goes to my office, and I'm like, feel like this guy's always in the workout room.
Did we also mention my general awesomeness?
I forgot. I almost forgot he was here. Seriously.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Well, we're getting toward the end of this podcast, Gene. Do you want to jump in on something here?
Already? That's crazy.
I know. It
Dave
goes
just completely
fast.
bogarted the microphone.
You know what?
My God.
We gave it to him, and he deserved it.
No, he did. And I want to say one thing about Dave. So Dave and I have grown very close over the last couple of years. And think about when you see somebody and then you don't see them after like 4 months, and you're like, holy shit, dude, you lost a lot of weight.
Right.
Because you haven't seen them. You saw them when they were heavy. You saw them when they were
Yeah.
thin. I've seen Dave every week, and the other day I was like, holy shit, dude, you lost a lot of weight.
Wow.
Like, I realized it, like, in his face. He posted something on Facebook, and I was like, dude, like, I didn't realize, maybe I just had my eyes closed during the progression, but he really lost a lot of weight while I was watching him do it. And when I finally saw him at the end of it, I was like, and I know he's not done, but when I finally saw the end result where it was last week, I was like, dude, you like, so it's the real deal.
Right.
When you see it, Not after. It's like, I haven't seen you in 7 years, dude.
But you've
shed some
seen them
pounds.
all along, and you
Seen the
still
whole time.
noticed it.
Crazy.
Exactly.
I noticed it like it hit me in the face.
Wow.
Like, I didn't just notice it like, yeah, look, you look good, bro. I noticed it like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Like, and I felt like for
Transformation.
me, it was almost like a 2-week thing.
Can't
like, where-
imagine his doctor must love it too.
I would
right?
think.
Yeah.
I would think. I don't know.
It just makes you healthy all the way around.
Wait, how much time we got left?
We have about 5 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, bring it home, Lorraine Rinaldi.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't give a crap.
Well, what's new in your world? What's the biggest thing? You know, we are getting some followers. I love that. People are listening. People
Yeah.
are liking the show, which
Yep.
is cool.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback? Are you hearing anything on the street? Wife listen yet? Did she say you got to talk about this more or that
My
more?
wife has to listen because I got this new tool at home where I can cast my laptop to our TV. So it, like when I'm like late at night and I feel like listening to it, I don't feel like I should suffer alone.
Great.
I make her listen to it.
That's
She sits
great.
and plays her game or whatever, answers her emails, whatever she's doing. Probably prepping for the next day for the
Yeah.
kids because
Yeah.
I'm useless. But anyway, in
Stop
any
that.
case, no, that's not true. But in any case, she's probably doing something, and then she'll listen to it, and I can watch. Like I'll peek an eye up, and typically her general response, even in social settings, is like she just looks at me and shakes her head.
Yeah.
You know,
The
like
eyes
just
go
most
up.
people do when we're together, especially when there's wine involved. Like you just shake your head because it's like, did he just really just say that?
Well, I
And-
ask you this a lot, but what is, recently, first thing comes to mind, people's biggest concern when it comes to marketing, especially the electronic marketing,
Yeah.
social and whatnot.
Oh, it was perfect, and this wasn't even planned. But
course
Dave was
not.
saying it just start.
Just start.
So I had a conversation with somebody sometime this weekend. I forget who it was exactly. I'm trying to think in my head, but I was saying to them, it was actually this morning. It was a mortgage lender. Stuart Drew is his name. So maybe I'll get him to share this too. But he said, like, what do you think the biggest thing is? And I said,
just doing
with
it.
the amount, well, so here's the problem, right? So especially people that are behind the 8 ball that know they have to do it, but maybe are technically challenged, or maybe just are scared of it, or maybe just grew up without it, that type of thing. 7 years ago, it was Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really wanted to figure it out, you could jump into Facebook and hack away and figure it out. Now it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube, Pinterest, Tumblr. I got to do a video. Now there's a podcast. When you do a podcast, you drop it on Libsyn. Libsyn converts it to Spotify. Like, what?
Yeah, it's a little
So
bit
these guys are
overwhelming.
like, dude, sometimes I have trouble getting my email,
Yeah.
and you're telling me I got to do all this
Right,
shit,
right.
And so what I try to do is I break it down, and I go, look, today you're doing nothing. Or some
Right.
semblance of nothing. So tomorrow, put a post up on Facebook. Create a business page on Facebook. Keep it simple. Start the process. Because I always say to people, like, you remember when you got on Facebook?
Me, yes,
Yeah.
2008.
In 8, okay. And so I always joke in my presentations, I'll say, remember in 08 when you first jumped on?
Yeah.
And your sister-in-law called you and said, Lorraine, I tagged you. And you said, what the hell does that
What does that mean?
And
Yes.
how do I figure it out, right?
Oh, my.
Now you fly through Facebook like you're eating dinner. It's
Oh,
easy. It's
absolutely.
so simple. So what you got to do is jump into that platform for 2 weeks. Figure it out. Make your mistakes while nobody's watching. If you're not on Facebook today, you're going to create a business page. You're going to have 2 people that love you that like it. And so when you spell "there" wrong,
Someone's going to.
there,
Yeah,
right?
someone's gonna say something.
But it doesn't matter because if there's 2 people, that's where you make your mistakes.
Exactly.
Get on, do it now, let them embarrass you. By the way, in my world, all press is good press, even if it's bad.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly.
And
And,
it's-
and here's another question, and now we're running out of time. We'll take this into the next
All right.
podcast. What do you do when you get some bad comments? I know companies that will delete them, and I think that's crazy.
No, that actually is a whole show.
That is a whole show,
It-
and we'll save that till
Episode
next time.
7. Let's do negative press.
Yeah.
And how to handle it because it
Yeah.
really is, and sometimes it includes attorneys, and we've been there.
Well, we did talk about that
We did.
in a prior. We dabbled in it a
But that's
little
okay,
bit.
and
but-
I think we can really get into the steps you need to take. So if you're a business owner that has a bad review because you have a restaurant that serves some bad chicken,
I'm even talking about comments on your Facebook or your
anything.
LinkedIn post. Embrace that.
Yep.
Embrace that and make the person that's being negative. This is what I tell people in my public speaking workshops all the time.
Yep.
You're going to get a heckler. You're going to get a heckler who's going to try to unravel you and make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You embrace that heckler. You invite that heckler up to the stage. Oh, that's a good point you're making. Why don't you stand up and tell everybody? Now he looks like an ass.
See.
And then everybody's looking like, oh, dude, we don't want to hear from you. We're here to hear the presenter. You know what I mean?
Right.
You do the same thing on your social.
So wait, here's what's so funny
Embrace
about
it.
here's what's great about me and you. This is the dynamic. You went that route with it. I would have been like, hey, listen, asshole, this is my show. This is my show. And here's what's reality. The people in my audience would love that response.
People
the
in my
people in your
audience-
audience would love your response.
Exactly,
So you
yeah.
got to know your people, right? So that's the
Exactly.
big way to end it.
All right, and then we're going to wrap this up. Let's tell everybody one more time where to find this podcast and how to share it.
Well, let's go to. We would love your reviews. Number one,
Yeah.
If you go to marketingrv.com in the top right hand corner, you can click your platform of choice.
There you go.
Spotify, Google Play,
The whole bit,
SoundCloud,
yeah.
iTunes, whatever. Go on there and just tell them that you think Jean's pretty and Lorraine's got a big mouth, and give us 5 stars. And give us 5 stars.
Thank you. Ciao.
All right.